Let's take a quick movie break. So with all those movies to look forward to, this blockbuster recipe for kids will spice up those pizza nights.
I'll go. But one of you say,
Oh, he's back.
oh, move way.
Clover fresh milk.
Made with love by Clover.
It goes without saying that kids love pizza and adults, just letting you know. And instead of packing their lunchboxes with the leftovers, you might want to try our Nutrikids Pizza Muffins. That's right, I said it. Pizza and muffins in one. I'm so excited. They make for a great snack or as a packed lunch. And what's more, you can freeze these in batches and simply reheat them as needed, which is the best thing to do. Think about it. You freeze them, you thaw them out, you're good to go. Nobody saw when you thaw. Think about that very carefully as we continue. We got Chef Teresa who will take us through the recipe over here.
Yes.
Now, this is so simple. I see everything is kind of decked out. We've got our seasoning and a couple of components. So I'm sure that the kids could probably help out with this recipe as well.
Definitely, absolutely. And they're all pantry staples, so you'll have everything you need in your cupboard.
Nice.
So we've got some flour. I'm going to add some baking powder.
Now, let's take it through.
bit of
Let's
sugar.
practically show the parents where the kids could actually jump in.
Yeah,
This step
yeah.
over here would be a good step, right?
Definitely. I mean,
Okay.
I would definitely get my kids to do this. Maybe help them with the measuring.
Yes.
If they're a little bit older, then they can read the recipe, they can count, so it's a bit of maths and...
Look at you go, super mom.
It's all that homeschooling from 2020, I tell you.
I can tell you the homeschooling thing is a different ball game. It's like you kind of sound like the teachers you never wanted to be like, you know. You're like, hey, and you're like, oh my word, that was just me. Oh, my word.
And they don't listen to you
No,
because
they don't.
you're the parent. So.
So
I'm kidding,
this is
I'm
a good step for them to swirl around and they're going to do their
Yes,
thing and
add
make sure
everything
that's
in.
incorporated.
So there was a bit of salt and pepper, and then I added some herbs. So some oregano for that nice pizza flavor and a bit of basil. So give that a good mix.
What have you found with kids and herbs in terms of the taste profile? Because, you know,
Yeah.
what I've found is that it's just bland is better for some reason. And, you know, you try and introduce flavor and that sort of thing, and sometimes
it's like
they
way
just
too
look at you.
exotic.
They're like, what's that taste? I'm like, well, that's truffle, young man. And it's
What's
like,
that speck
what's that
over
thing
there?
there? That's rosemary. But it's, I feel like if you put it into this type of sort of receptacle like that, I think it's you're not really going to. You're going to get the aromas,
Yes.
not necessarily the looks, because it's going to look delicious.
Quite right. I've got one who loves herbs and one who doesn't. So I'm
Oh,
sort of in
no.
the middle. I know, and the youngest is quite a detective. He'll spot it.
Oh, but that's where you just slather it in tomato sauce, and then suddenly
Lots of
everything's
cheese.
okay and cheese, and they'll be fine. But just a little thing on, so Nutrikids is being incorporated right now, and
That's
Nutrikids, they have a nutritious range for kids, which include instant medium fat milk powder, you've got instant medium fat dairy liquid blend, low fat dairy snacks, and 3 fun flavors of fruit nectar blend. What's more is that adding milk to the mixture, instead of water, actually increases the nutritional value of these muffins, with Nutrikids containing so many vitamins packed in there in a delicious bite for your kids. It's a source of calcium, which aids in the development of strong, healthy bones to bring out the best in your little ones, and trust me, the best in you while you're making it for them, which is always great.
So we
Now
know
we've-
this is great.
That is perfect, because as soon as you
Lovely.
incorporated that, we've got a beautiful batter,
Exactly.
and now we are
lovely.
ready to rumble.
So
Sue,
I added some eggs, a little bit of olive oil, and then our Clover Nutrikids milk. Now we're going to add some tomato paste. So
see, I
we're
told you
bringing in
tomato. Didn't I just say that earlier? Exactly. You know, tomato, there's something about it. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like the best concealer, kitchen concealer for vegetables and all sorts of things. Obviously in moderation.
So true.
But if you are to try tomato sauce in everything, or maybe they're just a bit fussy to eat, I think tomato sauce is like the gateway
It's-
for them to
yeah.
try different things. And like, okay, what's that? And be like, these are sweet
Exactly.
potato fries.
And it's got that distinctive flavor that kind of
Correct.
masks everything else. So I've added a bit of cheese as well.
That looks
So you've got to have
delicious.
cheese.
So you've added the cheese into the batter. So are you telling me that
Yeah.
maltiness is going to be all the way through the muffin?
That's, you'll break it open. There'll be these little pockets of cheese.
Pizza muffin.
Just amazing.
Okay.
And how quick and easy was that? The kids could definitely do that.
That was, and I think this part is fun for the kids too.
Yeah.
And once you said mathematics, so now we got 1,
Yeah, yeah.
2.
Exactly.
You know,
And
and
you've
just
got
that
the
works for me.
3 times 4 and the 4 times 3 and
Yes.
Telling
And then you
you.
can ask them if they know their times tables, like how many,
Exactly.
you know, the muffin spots are there on this tray, and then they can do the 3
12
times
is a
4.
good one because lots of things fit into it. And
Right. This is great.
a snack and an education.
So we are going to fix this up for you and make sure that it's, once we're done with this, how long do we go in the oven for?
So 25 minutes, but use your skewer just to check that it's done, or a
Okay.
toothpick if you don't have a skewer. bake them at 180, and then serve them warm or pop them in the freezer for later.
Brilliant. Now you know, and if you would like a bit more details on the recipe and the method, all you have to do is go to expressoshow.com, give it a try. This is the ultimate snack for your kids as they return to school in 2022. This is lovely.
Made with love by Clover.